Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered security agents to shoot anyone with illegal possession of sophisticated weapons such as AK-47. Presidential spokesperson Garba Shehu says the president also directed a clampdown on bandits who have refused to surrender. Giving further insights into efforts to battle banditry that's prevalent in the Northwest, Shehu quoted the president as ordering the deployment of kinetic warfare against the outlaws. On Tuesday's declaration of Zamfara State as a no-fly zone, Shehu said that the federal government took the decision following intelligence that arms were being transported to the bandits with private jets. He stated that the private jets are also used to cart away gold from the state to Dubai, which, according to him, prompted the ban on mining activities.
Well, for more on the state of the nation, insecurity, Southwest politics, as well as the build-up to the 2023 general elections here in Nigeria, former governor of Ekiti State in the Southwest region and the PDP chieftain, Ayo Fayose, joins us now in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let me begin by asking what your response is to the latest development as regards security. And first would be the president's order now to shoot at sight those in possession of illegal, sophisticated weapons. And secondly, as a former governor who understands the workings and the structure systems, what are we really experiencing? How incapacitated are the Nigerian governors to solve security situation in their state? Or is it a question of incompetence we're seeing all around?
Your questions or what you want to know, or what you want Nigerians to know from what you've asked me in various forms. One, you want me to respond to the directive or the orders of Mr. President. Well, I just want to say that I have come to believe a story of a blind man who says, "You promised me. You have always promised me. You have always said it. It is always your saying. Not until I see it happen. You promised to give me meat. Not until I feel it in my mouth. I will regard it as your usual rhetorics, usual saying, just say for the fun of saying." As good as that statement could be, it's become like just talking to Nigerians. Not until we physically see the military, the security agencies, take steps, do the right thing, that is not founded on ethnicity, religion, orders, then we will believe the president is making an order. I can make an order without a backing. You can say whatever you like to calm down nerves and just listen. Are you telling me, not today? Let me use that word. When you are in town, you hear, not today. Is the president just waking up to know that bandits carries weapons, AK-47? What do they operate with? It is because the noise about some people saying that herdsmen can move around with AK-47 to protect themselves. It's daily becoming an embarrassment on government. I have counted 187 times the president has said, "We will defeat bandits. We have defeated bandits. We have made improvement. We've had it over and over." When we see the orders of the president being implemented, and when we see that there is no counter-instruction, because it's easy to say and say, "Don't act." These things happening in Nigeria has become this bad because of the insensitivity of a government in power. When the government says stop, it is government. I have said it. You will not find armed robbers if the police don't take bribes, if the people don't offer. You will not find it because, excuse me, the moment you know you will not get away or somebody will call in and say, release him, nobody will continue. They've told us severally, we don't settle, what do they call it now?
Ransom?
We don't give ransom. Somebody must be fooling somebody. Somebody must be fooling somebody. They brought back these girls or these boys with about 20 buses or more. How did they get away? It's a compromise between the security agencies, in my view, the environment, and understanding of the people profiting from these dastardly acts. In Jonathan's government, and I'm not saying this because I'm a PDP stalwart, one of the things that took Jonathan out of his feet was the story of the Chibok girls. How many of these have we had today? And it's an ongoing thing. It has become a business. In another 1 week or so, 2 weeks, you will see it again. Right. And let me round that statement up. May I say to you, if you don't pay ransom, how did you not get in touch?
Oh, well, there's been talk about not only money, you could exchange prisoners, you know, so there's been that talk, but that's not what I'm going to. Would it be right to say that many signs abound that government efforts in fighting criminality, kidnapping and rebel activities are not producing desired results? Mm-hmm. What do you think is the missing link? What would you or your party, because, you know, it's very easy to talk about the problems, but then the solutions. What would you or your party do differently?
You see, I just want to let you get it right. I'm not going to talk party. Security has nothing to do with party.
No, I'm talking about government.
I understand.
Government is in power.
I understand. Assuming our government, our parties in government. I understand. But this station is functioning well. Arise has risen from they've risen so quickly because of management, because of authority. When Arise started, you didn't just start like this. The right people are in the right places and they are ready to make a difference and they're giving orders, they're giving directions. Nobody seems to be messing up. Otherwise, anyone could mess you up. This is simply when the head is sick, the body is sick. If I were to be the president of Nigeria, under any political party, this will not happen. Because the moment I take steps and you see me as serious and it's not a joking matter, then everybody will key into that agenda. Okay,
let's bring Ekene into the conversation. She would ask you her question. Ekene, over to you.
Okay, sir. With reference to your parable about the blind man, until you taste it, until you see it, you won't believe it. I want to piggyback on my colleague Undi's question. As an opposition party, I know you say it's not a party matter, but what is it that the opposition is tabling as their solution to the problems we currently face? We don't hear them on security. We don't hear the PDP on health. We want to hear what you would be doing differently were you to assume power.
May I say to you, I don't believe and I don't agree with you that you don't hear PDP speak. I don't agree with you. Number one, before I talk about PDP speaking, I want to say this to you. The average Nigerian can feel the impact of the weak security situation in our country. An opposition party is just a pointer. It's just a pointer. Look at this. The people look at what they are not doing rightly. This has gone beyond an opposition party today. I am a PDP stalwart. I speak all the time. I speak now and again. Fani Kayode speaks now and again. I know too many of us speaking. It's not about the party. It's about all of us. Even if I'm the spokesperson of a party, I won't do more than that. I speak now and again, and I want to tell you, this has gone beyond a PDP handlage or PDP. That was why I told you I'm not going to talk about that in terms of politics, because that's what we are doing wrongly. If everything is well, you don't want to know who the Nigerian president is, which party the president comes from. That's not the interest. The interest is Everybody provides their own security today, and today it doesn't work again. The reason for this is simple, because when we can get away, when the head is not doing what they ought to do, you will have this kind of problem. Whether it's a PDP man, whether it's a APC man, it boils down to leadership of our country.
You put so much of the blame at the president.
I'm not putting blame on anyone, but let me say this. I have never been a commander of, or been in the military as well. President Buhari, Nigerians aggregated his experience as a military retired general, head of state, before they fell into this trap. Okay,
but you have been a governor before, former governor, and I didn't quite get a response to my first question when I said, are the Nigerian governors incapacitated in securing lives and property in their state? Or is it a matter of incompetence? Because we see across the country, whether it's Oyo, whether it's Zamfara or Niger, governors seem to throw their hands in the air calling for help. Okay. What is the problem?
Let me put it this way. I am not going to come and paint the picture of a saint here. No. But I want to tell you, there should be they have to decentralize a number of things at the center, and the federal government should give more devolution. This one has nothing to do with what did they call it now? Restructuring. I'm not going there now. If I'm a chief security officer, I tell my CP, take these actions. He doesn't take it. Nothing comes out of it. A governor has no power. They have no powers. They only fund what they ask them to fund. Or when you have crisis in your hands, they will say, we need money to buy fuel, to take care of this, to take care of that, to go and do whatever. The governors are simply helpless. But where the governor comes in, and this is what I want to say to Nigerians. I am not against Mr. President. I'm not against any political party. For some time now, I hardly want to talk about the president because I've said enough. And it seems it's either he's not hearing it or it's not getting to him or something is wrong. So I don't want to talk about the president. The next layer and next level of governance and government is the governance. Mm-hmm. As I'm saying it again, this country is in trouble. The governors can save this country. If they set aside their party positions, political lineage, and PDP, and APC, and ABGA, let them come together. Let them reason together to save our country. Sometimes it's not about what the IG can do, or what the CP can do, but what can be averted. If you go beyond insecurity now, you will see that in this country, there's big hate. If you see infrastructural deficiency, a very good man can come tomorrow and fix our roads and do a lot of things and be selfless. Economy bad. An economist can come tomorrow or put an economic team together to fix all that. You can't fix AIDS. You know, when they want to give vaccines now, most leaders will come out, they will put out their shoulders or whatever, they will take it to assure the public that this is safe. They'll come out, the president will take it, maybe on Friday or Saturday, he will come out just to assure Nigerians. Same way the president is not doing enough. All right, and the governors are not doing enough. They must come together and plead and speak to the people and beg the people. Not one governor talking AK-47 is right. Another one saying you are very stupid. Another one saying we cannot work together. The body language of leadership has failed the country totally.
All right, now because you've brought this issue up, I'm going to delve into the Southwest politics. Well, then I'm going to ask you two questions. The rift, I mean, the talk is that this rift between you, there's a rift between you and the governor for your state, Seyi Makinde, over who controls the leadership of the party. There's a talk that it could further worsen the rivalries between the herders and the farmers, because you were talking about people coming together, But here we are in Southwest PDP politics. You and the governor of the same party don't seem to be working or seem to be working at cross purposes. Now, take that in your stride, the fact that the president eventually has changed service chiefs. So what are your expectations with the new service chiefs on ground?
Now, let me quickly go to the issues of the Southwest. You said you're talking about leadership.
Yeah.
Now, let me say to you very clearly, it is without doubt, by reasons of the office of Governor Seyi Makinde, who has means, people who ordinarily call on you, our state, we have this issue, that issue, by reasons of his office, not written in our constitution, he leads. But let me put it to you, where your leadership stops, others' leadership begins. The Oni of Ife today still has a father, a living father. Is Oni of Ife the leader of his father or his boy? No. General Adebayo's son was governor, and I became governor after him. When the then Governor Adebayo comes to functions, General Adebayo stands up. When I was there, he stands up. Does he turn me around to be Governor General Adebayo or Governor Adebayo's leader? No. If my son tomorrow becomes governor of Ekiti, does it make me my leader? No. And let me go this way for you. When you see things go this way, it is not between myself and Governor Makinde alone. There must be a background to issues before they get personal. When a governor comes to office, he comes to office and ends up either as his own man or Sankofan's governor, who could not take a decision without Sankofans. And before I go into that as well, in South-South, you have all the South-South governors as PDP. So who is the leader there?
But when you were governor of PDP, you were the only PDP governor in the Southwest. Everybody dragging your leadership. But let me bring in my colleague.
He has not really finished answering
the service chiefs question for want of time.
I asked you to. You weren't yet landing with that one, but okay, the new service chiefs.
So, which one did you say I'm not landing with?
The one about you, Makinde, leadership in Southwest.
I just said that to you. I've explained the two sides to you.
Okay, fine.
And I've told you, when I was governor of Ekiti, I didn't have this issue because I was not looking for nothing like that. Because Governor Makinde is probing to all states in the Southwest. I wasn't probing to any state. That's not my business. We don't have a governor general. We only have governor. Elections are in the states, are not in the zone.
All right.
So the issue of Southwest or flexing for Southwest does not arise. But all I've said to Governor Makinde, and I'm saying again, Governor Sanwo-Olu is not the leader of Asiwaju in Lagos. Neither is, what is his name, the one that left?
Ambode.
Ambode, the leader of Tinubu. So Governor Makinde cannot call himself my leader. It's not possible. It's never possible. But we will continue to accord him a right of way by reasons of the fact that he's a sitting governor. He deserves all the respect.
No, but the issue here... I'm coming. Can I will come in, all right. He's not running away. The issue is not about who is guessing, is supporting one person to become chairman or another to become chairman.
Yes.
But okay, fine. So it's not particularly between the two of you. No. So is this... But what about the service chiefs?
Now, just before you say that, you were talking about the Southwest. There's going to be an election. And the election will determine which side is stronger, is more than the other. Majority, therefore, will have their way. Minority will have their say. Being a governor does not say you have power. Does not say you can win. You can defeat the other side. No. In governor, I have been. I was after 16, 17 years before Governor Makinde became governor. So they can use masquerade, can beat somebody outside, not be people that dress for him. On service chiefs, again, I don't want to be seen to be hard. You understand? Tell me what is new about these service chiefs. But I'll give it to the service chiefs in another leg, no one individual will be the same with others. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and believe. But now, they can't get there same day, things change same day. But we are saying Nigeria needs more of intelligence. Nigeria needs to actually discover who are the people behind all these compromises. When you go there, even if you carry trailer there, that trailer, they will wait, they will load people into it, or luxurious bus. Abi, you can trace the path of a trailer. But when things happen when you take away 400 pupils at a time, that means we have no intelligence. And it has become a practice. And if you're not careful, it will be part of our body politics in Nigeria.
Now that Indy is done, let's bring in Ekene for her question.
Yes, interesting. So I would like to ask you, you mentioned that when the head is sick, then the whole body is sick.
Yeah.
And, perhaps the frustration people have with Nigerian politics is that it's centered around strong men. And is it not about time we moved away from strong men and went towards strong institutions, or even went towards strong women? So I want to ask, as someone who is seen to be progressive and someone who is not afraid of speaking truth to power, what is your position on endorsing a strong female candidate who can bring a fresh pair of eyes, like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, to the politics as we look towards 2023?
Well, personally, I'm not against that. Let me just tell you that Ayo Fayose, governor of Ekiti, at a point, I have a female deputy, I have a female CJ, and I have a female CP. I love to celebrate women. Women can be loyal more than men, but they're deadly ones. Let me equally say to you, with all respect, the society we found ourselves by religion. In Nigeria today, if you look back, you will see that we are largely, it's in the region of 45, 50 Muslim Christians. That goes to tell you that religion is playing a major role in the advancement of women in our country. For and against. And let me equally tell you again, like she asked, can a woman become president in Nigeria? It's not impossible, but it will still take a while. Not because it's our wish, but the way they have structured our country. And you talk about institutions. Institutions just saved America of embarrassment. I strongly believe in institutions. We need it. That is part of why we are saying the new order must come now, where powers are taken away from the center and given to the states where the actions are. And let me close this by one other question you asked. Just escaped my mind.
Let I remind you. Would you remind him?
Well, he was on track because I was really just trying to find out what we're going to do to bring in fresh, because we're tired of the politics of Nigeria. It seems to be circulating around strong men.
It's a very sick thing. Like everybody, when you finish governor, you want to go and cool down in the Senate to buy time. You want to do this. Me, I'm not going to Senate. I'm not looking for anything. If you see my poster, it's either as president of Nigeria and nothing more. And I will never go and serve anybody as a minister. We have grown, we have young people now who can be what they want to be. I can't be struggling to be minister, my son too struggling to be minister. At what age? I'm over 60, and I must join hands to ensure we have a future. But the situation in Nigeria now is so bad that if you look back, and look into the future, you probably won't see nothing.
Well, talking about posters and billboards, as the politics of 2023 presidency hots up, we're beginning to see billboards and posters of some likely candidates for some political parties. But there's also the growing agitation of rotational or zonal politics and the agitation for an Igbo president for 2023. Where would you advise the pendulum swings for your party, the PDP? And I'd like to take you back to the politics of the Southwest. You did mention the zonal congress of your party coming up, I believe, this Saturday. What are your plans ahead of that? Are you likely to lead a faction against that of Governor Ayo Makinde of beg your pardon, thank you so much, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State? And would you accept the outcome of the zonal congress on Saturday?
You see, let me. But the zonal congress is being postponed.
Okay.
But the fact remains that in every system, every political party, there are various different factions.
Are you leading a faction?
I'm leading one. I am on one side, it's on one side. But the party has stepped in to cause a reconciliation. That is why I'm not talking too hard this morning. And we must respect the party. We must give the Saraki-led reconciliation committee to do what they have to do. If you fight 100 years, you still have to come to table. So we'll give that window for peace, you understand, to reign. And the Igbo
presidency for 2023, very briefly.
You see, let me talk about whether it's Igbo, whether it's South-South, whether it is Southwest. There's no denying that is a gentleman agreement, understanding for rotational presidency. But I don't want to comment on that yet. I would rather comment on a North and a Southern rotational understanding. So Obasanjo became president because the North, it was seen at the time as being
they had so
ownership of the country.
Yeah.
So for that tension to go away, the thing came to the South, which Obasanjo took that space.
It benefited from
that. So what I'm saying to you, we will wait for our party to do the zoning. We will articulate our voice in due course. It will be too preemptive. It will not be fair to the party for me to just sit down here and say, this is my position. I'm just one entity. I'm just Ayo Fayose. I don't want to create issues for the party.
And that's a good place to leave it. Thank you so much.
Former called Peter.
Pete, yeah.
The Rock.
Okay, you want me to add The Rock?
You have to.
Peter The Rock.
I don't know if you're an Igbo man. You put Aguni Chamber and you put Okutendi Igbo.
All right, thank you so much for being on the program.